Okay, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, peace, blessings. Salutations to the hopeful like Akim, pushing this word with truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the elect. All right, just coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, to be quick, edifying, straight to the point. All right, just speaking about prophecy in general, and that all things must be fulfilled and will be fulfilled that are written in the scriptures. All right, and how they are written. Yahweh Shemi Shai is making his word known, all right, and speaking it through, all right, his men. With this week, what's been in the news was them earthquakes, man. That's a sign of the end times, and as we're gonna read here in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. But as Yahweh Shai recited, all right, or reiterated, as Yahweh Shai prophesied in the book of Matthew and in the Gospels, all right, that being the signs of the end time. So, as we see, and we're being watchmen, all right, for these prophetic times, we're preparing for what's next to come. Okay? So you got to keep that in mind. All right, where you're at in prophecy and what you should be preparing for, gearing up your mind to endure. All right, as we still have, as the scriptures say, we enter the kingdom through much tribulation. And we still have, major prophecies left, such as persecution, coupled and paired with the MOTB in the midst of Jacob's trouble. All right. So this is 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. And it says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." Okay, so measure thou the time diligently. So we are measuring, all right, the times of prophecy. "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before." Okay. Yeah, we prophesy in part because we know in part, and the parts that we were given is sufficient. That being the what's written in the Bible is sufficient to our salvation. It says, "Then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time." And we could see it, the elect, all right, the hopeful elect sees that we're in these times, man. We're in these latter days. Babylon is on the decline. Completely through. People are mourning, suffering. All right, and this devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. What does that great wrath look like? All right, that great wrath looks like, his authority and him enforcing, and pushing out wicked decrees and putting straits on the people to usher in his NWO, all right, which at the height of the NWO for this beast system is the micro CHIP, all right, the RFID micro CHIP, which is the MOTB, all right, the MARK of the beast. So that is what we're preparing for, and seeing, what we're going into, those times playing out, such as all these earthquakes that have been occurring since a week or 2 weeks ago, right? We're starting with the Philippines. All right, I believe that one was a 7.8. You had a 5.9 in just outside of Frisco in Northern California. All right. This week, I believe there was a earthquake in I can't remember all the places, but South America. I want to say Venezuela, could be wrong. Then and that also happened this week. Also, when the Philippines happened a couple weeks back, you had earthquakes in Florida and I believe Cuba. All right. And there are minor earthquakes happening all the time. So it says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to visit the world through his judgments. All right. And the return of Yahweh Shai, Slakia, being, all right, his ultimate visitation, the day of the Lord, all right, where Yahweh Shai is going to put the final judgment on this place. So it says, because Yahweh Shai made the world. You get that in if you read First Colossians, he was the architect of this earth. All right. Yahweh allotted that unto him. All right. He used his only begotten son to do that. So, but two separate entities for you, which we ain't gonna go into that. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. And earthquakes, there could be an earthquake, an uproar, an earthquake is similar, to uproars of the people. All right. Just as you have you can look it up, the account with, if there's a big enough crowd, all right, it's like an elephant stampede. There's a big enough, ruckus. Is a commotion. All right. Not saying that they're being spoken of two different. They are being spoken of as two separate things. But at the same time, it's a commotion or a disturbance in the world. One being the actual physical one, and then, well, they're both physical, but one being the actual, foundation of and moving of the tectonic plates, and the other one being the people. All right, the inhabitants. It says, for as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right. So the end is manifest. This is already written to play out a certain type of way. And Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai will fulfill it according to his word. All right. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. All right. And Yahweh Shai told us to look out for these signs. All right. Yahushua said in Matthew, the 24th chapter, starting at the 3rd verse, it says, "And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately." Let's go into that word privately, because, he shares the secrets with his servants, the prophets. And why did it say they came to him privately? Because it wasn't for everybody to know. Ideos, pertaining to oneself, own self, belonging to oneself. So these things weren't meant for everybody to hear at this particular time. When they were alone, apart, I'm looking in the Strong's definition right here. Aside, do his. Okay. It says, "Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end, and of the end of the world?" And Yahushua answered and said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, Yahushua, and shall deceive many." Okay, so these false prophets is, going to pop up. Hey, Esau, a false prophet, saying that his way is going to deliver you. "And ye shall hear of wars." He's trying to play that deliverer in a sense. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these things must take place before the end. All right, these are the things to come. We're in the midst of these things happening now, but it's not the end yet. So we can't lose patience. We have to continue in our suffering. "For nation shall rise against nation." That's part of that, the upwars of the people. All right, civil war, sleeper cells being activated. All right, race wars. All right. "And there shall be famines and pestilences." And Esau got them pestilences on pretty much on his trigger finger. "And earthquakes in diverse places." And that's what we're seeing. Those earthquakes in the diverse places. So we're going to see famine. All right. This economic collapse is going to bring it. It says, "All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted." So what's next to come? That persecution. "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of my nation, of all nations, for my name's sake." Okay, for Yahweh Shem Yahshua's reputation. All right, because that's what he, the servant is not greater than the master. And that persecution has already started, but it's going to intensify. You better believe it. You better prepare your mind, to withstand, all right, the wiles of the devil, because he's going to bring out all his bag of tricks, whatever Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai allows him to. All right, but no, in the point, the Zaquan Itazawam made in his testimony of a vision he had, that if you know what's true, all right, pretty much just stay true, but if you know what's true, then Yahweh Bashim Shai definitely know what's true, and he's going to, no matter what you may have to suffer, he's going to deliver you from that situation. All right? Ultimately. So, I'm going to grab one more because this kind of already went. I was just a little long-winded with the points I was making, but we'll end it here in Isaiah the 55th chapter and the 11th the 11th verse. It says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Just as the scripture in 2nd Esdras the 9th chapter said that the end is manifest. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to accomplish his prophecies. "For ye shall go out with joy." Sorry, I didn't want to grab that. Let me get one more. So when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai speaks, okay, it is fulfilled. He speaks through his prophets. That prophecy is fulfilled. Whether you believe it or not, if it's true, okay, it is going to happen. This is Ezekiel 12 and I'll just read 27 and read 25. It says, "For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged." All right, and we're in that time of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai shortening the days, for the elect's sake. All right, so it ain't gonna be prolonged no more. It's not gonna be, hey, though it tarry, it shall not tarry. Yahweh Shai is coming back. It says, "It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, I will say the word and will perform it, saith Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off." And you got to be, stupid, to be in this, to be in that mind state, all right, with everything going on in the world. It says, "Therefore say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai." So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to make good on his word, and we're close. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakakodash. Till the next time, I say Shalom.